starting in lesson 15, we need to be looking at these first few boxes with vertical lines, okay? So to make 4 in a vertical line, just make it like that. And then 2 tenths, 3 hundredths, and here's how I want you to do 6 thousandths. 5 plus 1. Those are still the tens frames, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay? But at the top, I want you to go vertical. Down here, we'll go horizontal. So we'll go across. Okay? So this is all set up. And if I have 4 ones, and I need to divide them into 3 equal groups, how many will be in each group? 1. So cross off those 3, and I'm going to go slow so that I make sure you're with me. So what does this step look like on the standard algorithm? 4 divided into 3 equal groups equals 1 in each group. 1 times 3 equals 3. And I have 1 left over. Is that what my place value chart looks like? Okay, just stay with me. On the problem set, can you stop for a minute? On the problem set, kids did their whole place value chart and then they couldn't figure out what to write over here. I want you to do this column, then complete it over here. Do the tenths, complete it on the standard algorithm, and keep going like that. Okay? So when I regroup, I have to add 2 rows of 5, which is 1 group of 10, to the tenths place. Because 1, 1 is the same thing as 10 tenths. So make sure you do that much. Now I'm ready to look at the tenths place on the standard algorithm. So that means bring down the 2. Now this is very similar to your exit ticket. Okay, so how, if I have 12 tenths and I put them in 3 equal groups, how many will be in each group? 4. Make sure you go across on those. And I'm going to get to cross off all of them. What does this look like on the standard algorithm? Well, I have 3 groups with 4 in each group. So write your 4 above the 2 that we brought down. 4 times 3 equals 12. And did I have any left over?
Yes.
No, I didn't. I have them all crossed off. Okay? So this is quite simple because I have 3 hundredths that I need to divide into 3 equal groups. That's kind of easy, isn't it? So do I have any left over?
No.
Okay. So how many are in each group? 1. Uh-oh. I forgot to bring my 3 down when I looked at the hundredths, didn't I? Now show 1 in each group. Watch my pen. 1 times 3 equals 3. Did I have any left over? No. Now what place value am I ready to look at?
6.
The thousands,
Thousands
the
place.
6 and the thousandths. So bring down your 6. If I need to put 6 dots into 3 equal groups, how many will be in each group?
2.
2. And will I have any left over? 3 times 2 equals 6. And there you have a perfect problem. Okay? I know I went slow, but I don't want to go so fast that you can't keep up. We're going to do one more of these, and then that'll be enough dots for a while, and we'll do some standard algorithm on the back. Okay?
What about that algebra number 8 up there?
Oh, then you can go ahead and write your answer.
0.
What is my answer?
1 decimal.
1 and 412,000.
412,000.
Good. Thanks for reminding me, Blair.
Yep.
Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. It looks to me like I'm going to have to erase part of my other problem so I don't get mixed up here. Okay, so to set this one up, they've got our lines drawn for us. All we have to do is place the discs on the place value chart. Remember, vertical at the top, horizontal at the bottom. Okay. So here's my problem that I'm seeing right away. I have 1 that I need to divide into 2 equal groups. Well, that would be a half and a half. And can I cut these in half?
No.
No. So what do I have to do? I have to regroup it to the tens place. And since I couldn't divide in the ones place, I go ahead and write a 0 there. So go ahead and write your 0 in the ones place, because we couldn't divide, could we? When I can't divide, I write a 0. Okay, now I'm regrouping the 2 rows of 5. That's 6. So what does this look like on the standard algorithm? Well, there's a couple ways you can look at it. Don't write this down, okay? Just get your dots on there in the tens place. You should have 13 tenths, right? Okay, so there's a couple ways you can look at it. Don't write this down. I could do 0 times 2 equals 0 and bring down my 3. I could do that, but I don't want you to. That's why I said don't write this. I said it twice. Because can't I just look at this and know it's 13 tenths? I can. So I'm going to look at that, 1 3/10, and know it's 13 tenths. So I'm going to divide this 13 tenths into 2 equal groups. So how many would be in each group then? 13 divided into 2 equal groups. 6. And if what is 2 times 6? 12. So over here, I know I have 6 in each group. 6 times 2 equals 12. And if I subtract, I'm going to get rid of that so it doesn't mess us up. And if I subtract, how many are left over here? 1. And is that what I have show left over?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know I'm going slow, but I just want you to stay with me. So now, regroup the 110 into 10 hundredths. So that's over here. I'm ready to look at the hundredths, so I bring down the 2. All right, so this is quite simple, isn't it? I have 12 hundredths divided into 2 equal groups. How many in each group?
6.
On the standard algorithm, I can't forget to put down that I have 6 in each group above the 2. And 6 times 2 equals 12. And if I cross those 12 off, how many do I have left over? 0. Okay, now I'm ready to look at the thousands place. So that means bring down the 4. All right, how many groups of 2 can I make out of 4? I mean, how many in each group? I said it backwards. Okay, and do I have any left over?
No.
So 2 times 2 equals 4, and I have another perfect problem. Okay, let's do some standard algorithm on the back. It's pretty easy. And answer, how do I say the answer?
662,000.
Good, thank you for not saying 0 and. Okay, look at this standard algorithm. A, B, and C. For A, looks to me like I can't use the big dog rule to put the big dog in the doghouse. So what do I need to do? You remember what I told you yesterday? Well, that's what it says to do. But yesterday I taught you about putting the big dog in the doghouse, but sometimes it doesn't work in 5th grade. So I gave you something else, another way to remember it. And it was the number of letters in 2 words. So let's review this. The dividend goes in the doghouse. The divisor goes outside. This has 7 letters. This has 8 letters. Can I do the same thing with numbers?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So which one of these, Blair, would I put in the doghouse? Because 3 is the big dog.
8.
Just the 8?
No, 0.78.
Good. How do I say that number? 78.
Hundredths.
Okay, go ahead and write that down. So which number's larger? The 3. 78 hundredths is less than 1 whole.
But it has more digits.
But it has more digits. So we're going to go with more letters, more digits. Make sense? Okay. All right. So the first thing I notice is that I can't divide 3 into 0. So I'm just going to put my 0 up there. I can't make 3 groups out of nothing, can I? So what number will I look at first then?
7.
The 7. Okay? And how many groups of 3 can I make out of 7? 2 times 3 equals 6. 7 minus 6 equals? Is 1 less than my divisor? So it checks out.
Well, I have a long division now.
I can bring down the 8.
Start to remember this.
If I have 18 and I have to put them in 3 equal groups, how many would be in each group?
6.
6 times 3 equals 18. That's pretty simple division, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So my answer to the problem is what? 26 what? Hundredths. Hundredths. Okay. Over here, it looks to me like 7 and 28 hundredths is larger than 4. But could we still use that rule of the one with more digits goes in the doghouse? Yes, we could. Okay, so I have 7 to put in 4 equal groups. How many would be in each group? So put a 1 on top of the 7. 1 times 4 equals 4. What is 7 minus 4?
3.
I forgot to pop my decimal up, didn't I?
32.
Okay, so is 3 less than my divisor of 4? So bring down your 2.
And then you're going to do 8.
Okay, now just a minute. If I have 32 to put into 4 equal groups, how many in each group? 8. 8 in each group. So 8 times 4 is 32.
Whenever you said 8 in each group, you sounded like you said 8 in each group.
I know, I really talk too fast sometimes. I'm trying to go slow. Now I have 0 remainder, but I'm not done, am I? Because I still have a number I haven't brought down yet. So if I have 8 hundredths, and I have to put them in 4 groups, how many would be in each group? 2. So 4 times 2 equals 8. Right. Okay. And so my answer is 1 and
82 hundredths.
82 hundredths. Okay, I want to do the next one, and then I'll go ahead and stop the video for a minute. When you get finished with Zern Lesson 14, look over there at my math list. D, 3, and 4 are long division. I couldn't find any that had decimal place value that I thought would be good for you to do. So it's just a review of long division without decimals. Okay? So that's what you should do when you finish Zern Lesson 14. And I'll send an email to your math group teachers. Okay, so 17 and 45 hundredths divided by 5. Now technically, I'm really good at figuring this out. But I've got one place value disk in the tens place.
You box up the 1 and the 7.
You have to combine it into 17 ones. Okay? Now, I usually like to put a box around it because that really helps. But then I erase it so it doesn't mess me up later on. Okay? If it doesn't mess you up, you don't have to erase it. So, if I have 17 ones to put in 5 groups, Fernando, how many would be in each group? You're right, it's 3. If you don't know your math facts, could you skip count? And I see right here, I can't go past 15 because 20 is too large. So skip counting is an excellent way to help you figure out what number goes on top. 5 times 3 equals 15. 17 minus 15. 7 minus 5 equals 2. Okay, not yet. 2, is it less than my divisor?
Yes.
Okay, now I can bring down the 4. All right, so if I keep going, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, how many groups of 5 will fit into 24?
5. 10.
That's 25.
4.
4. I can't go past 24, or I'll have a negative number, and we don't do those in 5th grade, do we? So I've got 5 groups with 4 in each group. Look, I forgot to pop my decimal up again. Okay, so 5 times 4 equals 20
4 minus 20.
is 4. Now, is 4 less than my divisor?
Yes.
Okay, so bring down the 5. Now I'm going to keep going with counting by 5s, just to show you what to do if you can't figure it out. Now I know your 4th grade teachers had you do plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, and do repeated addition. But let's just skip count. It's the same thing. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 45. Now I just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 groups of 5, or 5 groups of 9, equals 45. So that's a strategy I'm giving you if you're stuck on your 7s or your 8s or something. Now, let's talk about, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? Does McDonald's serve
Of course
cheeseburgers?
they do.
I know they do, but I'm not happy with this. We talked about it yesterday. And did I tell you the story about South Texas?
No.
We went to Sonic and they served
Yeah.
tacos. So I really think we need to do, pretend you're in South Texas. Does McDonald's serve chicken burritos? I like it. We don't have to, but that makes me happier.
What do they
Okay.
stand for?
Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. Remember that from last year? Okay.
What the